Hello and welcome back from the full list of Fallen Giant. So, let's reprise from where we were. Actually, let's enter again the memory of a giant and see if we can actually score this time around. In the meantime, yes, I can confirm that for some baffling reason, but I don't understand why, the ascetic loop that I mentioned in the previous part, as in the technique that allows me to farm an infinite amount of soul with little to no effort, just a bit of patience, is still working. It hasn't been patched out in the slightest, for reasons that escape me. So
from software, I just moved on from this.
I managed to grind in the meantime a bit. Well, to be fair, again, the last major patch happened with the introduction of the Scholar of the First Scene, but that loop was something that was happening since the vanilla game. So you'd think they would be able to, you know, work it around, you know... Fuck, we're off to a great start. You think they will be able to actually work it around and catch up people quickly, or do something about it, like moving the location of an item in order to make it less easy to, you know, be accessible to that, in order to at least give it an extra bit of difficulty and not too much of an exploit. Because I can tell you for a fact, Lives, that the other patch notes actively tried to actually hamper people from exploiting other stuff, like a particular magic spell that was widely used in the vanilla release. You know, they had to extremely limited its use and nerf it a lot, for example. So they actually are aware, they were aware of exploits that, you know, were freely used. And yet they really didn't bother, you know, touching that. I guess it's because it's supposed to be like an endgame area. So they thought, whatever, the player is not gonna care too much about leveling up at that point. But I don't know. And also, just to add, you know, hilarity to the injury, there's the fact that it's also near to a spawning spot of a Twinkling Titanite, which is what's supposed to be an extremely rare loot that's supposed to actually help you level up weapons and armors of the exotic kind, as in something that you're not supposed to really max out in huge quantity, and yet because of that loop, you can farm also that infinitely, you know, if you want. So I don't know, me thinks someone actually slipped it up accidentally. Alright, let's do this more practically this time. Pragmatically.
One cannot reside within memory for long. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, it's a mood, isn't it?
Fucking mood. It's like that that cutscene from Halo, and instead we get Master Chief, you know, fan dubbed and saying fucking mood. Gone.
To be honest, since it hasn't been that long since we've recorded this one, honestly not much has happened in real life. Although I have pre-ordered finally the
movie that you mentioned.
The UK release for Digimon Last Evolution Kizuna. Or as it's so wonderfully acronymed, it's called Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna, Dalek.
Exterminate.
Okay. If the movie does not have a Dalek reference, I will be disappointed. I mean,
it is still using a combination of the gag dub and, you know, the more serious stuff.
It's interesting you say that, Teo, because the dub script was written by Jeff Teomori, who was the one of the guys who did that for the original series. And although from what I understand, it's more of a healthy mix of a more dub-like script, while also not completely screwing over the...
I get the idea it was more of a case that back then, you know, it was more of the style that it was done, you know, while this day and age they try to actually be more serious, you know.
Yeah, while also helping to keep things consistent for people who mainly watch the dub. And also one thing to keep in mind is that apparently the executive meddling in the case of the dub got so heavy-handed that Leroy and his writing partner Bob Buchholz, they flat out left the series before Adventure 02 ended.
Damn.
Although apparently, again it's been a while since I've seen it, although apparently after their departure, apparently Fox Kids and Saban realised their mistakes and were like, yeah, okay, let's tone down all the excess of our dub traits. And Tamer's dub, from what I remember at least, didn't really have a whole lot of the dubs.
I certainly hope so,
overabundance of quirks.
Because Tamer's is fucked up in a lot of ways, so yeah, putting a gap dub in that would have been probably not the best choice.
Yes, it's not really that much of a gag dub.
Hey
like,
kids,
all the
Teomori
characters...
is dead again! How quirky is that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, all the characters that die stay dead, and they still got the trauma going on. No, even the music in the dub was altered slightly. Like the Digimon theme song got a more hard-edged rock version, and the music in the episode at times sounds a bit like the Matrix.
I mean, also there's the fact that, you know, one of the main character, who's supposed to be a poor child, you know, gets her mind slightly corrupted more and more as the year goes on, and the entire climax of the series is a giant CGI blob monster threatening to engulf the entirety of reality. Like, lighten up, I guess.
Again, from what I remember, Savan didn't really do that. I mean, it was the last series they dubbed.
Oh no,
So...
I'm confident that, you know, that they did not have much of a chance. Alright, I think we got what we came for, so let's return to the bonfire. No use in staying in this dream. I will showcase our prize in a second.
I mean, I just recently rebought the DVD collection that has the first 4 series. Although they have released Blu-rays of the first 2 in the States. I'm not sure if they'll come out here.
There it is.
We'll have to wait and see.
The Soul of a Giant. Soul of a Giant who came to conquer Drangleic. Will the giant's resentment for the king be pacified in death, or only embolden it? Can be used to acquire souls only... ellipses. I already got one off screen from another place that you didn't really need to see, but the key point being that these souls are gonna be crucial in one thing that we need to do. It's not technically obligatory to achieve the ending, but it's best if I actually capture it on a run, you know, to showcase it. And the souls of the giants are pivotal, not to mention we still need to enter in one of these memories in order to actually get to the proper ending of the game. And in this, there's another door that we can get by equipping the King's Ring, so let's just do that. Alright, anyway, we get with this another bonfire. Let me just put back the ring. Which will be useful because there's another corpse of a fallen giant here to be using, but let me just, there you go, reset our stuff. And also, I don't know if you noticed, because again, we're way far off of the mark, but we are on the other side of a place that we did visit in one of the early parts, so we're finally able to get here. There's also treasure under it, but I'll get it only after we get... If I recall correctly, this is the actual memory that allows me to confront the leader of the giants, which is the one that we need the most. There is technically another third corpse that there is scattered somewhere, but I forgot precisely where it is, so I might actually hunt it down in between parts. After that, we can actually move on onto... There you go. Move on onto Wii2. Yeah, I think it's now. Yes, I think it is. We need to watch out because for some reason there's a artillery bombardment, like we're in fucking Normandy, and we need to watch out for both the giants, the artillery, and the soldiers of Vendrick until we reach. There you go. Ah, fuck. Okay, that was on me. It's a good thing at this case the bonfire is actually closer.
What would the King's Quest death quote be?
It's a rolling statue of a head that was hit by an artillery, so the pun probably has to be, you should have quit while you were ahead. I don't know. There we go. It's worth noting that a lot of the people who worked on this game did work previously on another RPG series that From Software did called Shadow Tower, which is, you know, fairly interesting, but not all its titles were localized. Particularly the last one was a late PS2 title that the localization was almost happening. There was an almost complete script and anything, but at the last minute, Sony decided to say no because they believed there wasn't going to be too much interest, you know, about it. A bit similar to what they did with Demon's Souls back at its release. So history repeats itself a bit. Fuck! Stop with the fucking bombardment, please. I need to actually fight the boss. God damn.
This is gonna be the running gag through this playthrough. You will never reach the boss.
I hope not, because you two are stuck with me on that.
Well, so what we're going to talk about for the next 3 parts?
I'm pretty sure there is still something, but let me think about it for a second. Actually,
if they end up being really similar enough, we could get away with reposting the same video 3 times.
Sure. Well, anyway, Waves, well, you mentioned about, you know, the movies that have been happening these months and everything, but what about games? Have you got something new, you know, something to recover, something that you were planning on doing?
Well, I mean, there are a couple I'm planning on getting.
Go on.
The new, well, I have to call it EAFC now.
Yeah, the not FIFA.
Yeah, because EA lost the rights to the FIFA name. Maybe Final Fantasy 16 when it goes on sale.
Right, you do have a proper PS5 now.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I'm not really sure. Nothing's really popped into my head at the moment. Although I have made a wish list on my PlayStation account, so I can
track better. Yeah, I think it was one of the later, more recent features that were added onto the PlayStation Store. Well, not necessarily just the store, but you know, onto the PS5 account to track down things better.
Yeah, like there was, I'm keeping Sonic Origins Plus on tab.
Waiting for a sale.
I mean, there is a sale on now at the minute.
I'm sure it will be by the time of Halloween. Best horror game, Sonic Origins Plus.
Of course. I'm also thinking of maybe getting that new Grand Blue Fantasy Reeling game when that comes out.
Sure, it's an action RPG, so it should be on your ideal for you.
It's also Tales of Arise.
Yeah. There we go.
Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai.
Anyway, there you go. I finally got the Giant Lord Soul and a Giant Kingship key item. We'll check it in a second. Let's see if we can manage to get enough time to enter here. If I recall correctly, there's an NPC we can talk about or something. Oh no, we get the soul of a giant from the corpse, which is again stuff that we need. Visual Merchant, yeah, because in the first game it was something like that. But we don't need this anymore. We can go. Okay.
And among others, that Rhapsody 2 and 3 compilation.
Oh, the one from Nice America.
Yeah, it's just basically those PS1 Rhapsody games. With English voice acting this time.
Interesting that you're sticking mostly those, because Nice America has been very good at re-releasing its old catalog in general as a whole. So, anyway, let's check the item that we got, the Giant's Kingship. Each king has his rightful throne, and when he sits upon it, he sees what he chooses to see. Or perhaps it is the throne, which shows the king only what he wants. The flames roar, but will soon begin to fade, and only a worthy heir might burnish their light. What is it, truly, a claimant of the throne could desire? This is the item that allows us to reach the arena of the final boss. Technically speaking, we can end the game now, but we still have a lot of stuff to do, admittedly. So we're in here for still a bit of a ride. Like I said...
Is that an option?
Sorry?
You're not making that an option for us to vote on?
No, because there's literally a lot of content that I still want to show you, so buckle your seatbelt still, child.
I'm older than you.
Actually, no, you're not.
I mean, Shiro's older than me, I know that much.
What do I have to do with your argument? Shut up.
You're here in the commentary, you have everything to do with it.
Also, yeah, I'm older than you, but like a couple months.
Well, a few months actually. You were born in April, I was born in December.
Dweebs, you know what it needs to be said, you know, some of these golden rules. Never ask a woman her age, how many salary, and a Zubat how many of his bodies are in a cave.
I didn't ask her her age, I know how old she is.
Or anyone if they want to have a bad time.
Basically. Da-da-da-da. Alright, we need to do a couple of, you know, optional stuff beforehand, because again, I don't have the soul of giant that I need, because trust me, we need it as much of as we can get. So let me just use this to level up a bit, while I did not to waste too much of these souls. There we go. Let me see.
If there's time, I picked up a couple of things as well.
Go on, I'll decide in the meantime what to do, you can mention.
Yeah. And one on pre-order. I got Mineko's Night Market, which I've been waiting literally years for.
I remember that, also the trailers, yes.
There's also Eve, a remake of a very, very, well, I say very old, RPG Maker horror game.
Yeah.
And I got Sonic Superstars on pre-order as well, which is out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, this part will be probably published by 2 days from now. We're recording this, so like I said, the gap is tightening, so we're still more actually relevant with this. Alright, there is something that I haven't shown you, so let me use this time that we have to show you this, because I did promise to explore a bit more of Aldia's Keep, and while I did a bit, there is something that I deliberately withheld, because it's a bit hilarious for you to see. Again, one of the key things is that there are a couple of braziers that I did not light up, but I can do it now. You will just see what happens after I do. Don't worry, I have enough butterflies to do it. There we go. And if I do that, it spawns one of the forlorns in this case. These guys are relatively doable, so I'm not too scared by them and their giant size, so don't worry about that. Go. If you noticed, that's also the armor set that I'm actually wearing, the Forlorn set. The more Forlorns you actually beat, the more actually, you know, pieces of equipment of the Forlorns you actually, you know, unlock, that you can buy from one of the guys that we unpetrified at the Lost Bastille. There we go. If I recall correctly, after we're done, yeah, remember the skeleton? It actually animates. Don't worry, we don't have to fight it, but I'm just gonna be here in a security position, because, well, the fucking thing tries to ram you, and it's an insta-kill if he gets you. And we get the Aldia key, which allows us to unlock some of the rooms, and it finally unlocks most of the passages of, you know, the stairs. Again, it's all plays up the Scooby-Doo mansion kind of tricks, like, ooh, the prop is moving or some shit like that.
The da-da-da-da from earlier was very appropriate.
Of course it was. There we go. The Aldia key, if I recall correctly, can be used to one of these doors. Unfortunately, one thing that happened is that in the meantime, some of these cages have been mysteriously broken. I don't know anyone who could have done that, but...
Are you sure?
Absolutely. Okay, no, it's not this, but it leads me... Ow. It leads me to the next to one of the bonfires that I actually unlocked in the meantime. So I'm gonna use this. There we go. So I can also reset the basilisk If I recall correctly, I can just bait him. Get here, you piece of shit. Here we go. If I recall correctly, it's this door where they can unlock. Yes, using Aldia key. And if I recall correctly, here a bunch of more of these mad scientist cultists and a fucking gargoyle inside a cage. How did they got that? I know that it was literally their stick that, you know, oh fuck, we also love to spam hexes. Thankfully, my magic resistance is simply enough to actually go through. Yeah, there's one. Oh, I think it's a congregator similar to the boss that I defeated in Seldora. Let me just. There are also a bunch of treasure chests, so you'll be able to play bingo on those too. But let me just do this. I'm just that good. Also, one of my stats is literally about invincibility frames, so I level up that too. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so larger warrior, okay. Okay, first treasure chest. Yes or no? Dibs?
No.
Shiri?
Yes.
Okay, let's pull up the old reliable coin. Actually, no, let me do this. Let me try to, you know, bit of a spin of variety. Dibs, do you mind fetching the Google coin, please?
Give me a sec.
So you can actually, you know, be a bit more impartial to this.
Alright,
head is you, tails is Shiri. Go.
And it's Tails.
Alright then. Seed Waves, I told you it's not me. Alright, let's do it. And it's a mimic. Fucking hell.
Yay!
Shiri, what the fuck?
Yay?
Fun! We like mimics in this household.
It killed Teo.
Maybe that's part of the fun, I guess.
And also, how come the guy can't see the teeth of the mimic and just not bother opening?
Because again, that's part of the hilarity with the animation of opening the chest is scripted as fucking trying to open it. But that means anyone who actually starts to see the mimic is like, oh fuck, oh shit. So there's the anticipation of horror that is happening. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it just makes the main character look like an idiot.
It's part of a course for the, you know, bearer of the curse in this case.
See, you live.
I live, bitch.
Welcome to Dark Souls, where stupidity roams around.
And again, Reeves, I can tell you, yes, that is part of the fun. I mean, I can tell you that stupidity is entirely one of the reasons why the kingdom is in this stupid state right now. So.
It's like I'm watching Gundam Seed.
Okay.
A show that has an episode where a group that the main characters are with gets attacked by the enemy that heavily outman and outgun them, and yet they decide to take revenge by chasing after them with their really weak weaponry and cars, which leads to the inevitable. Most of them get crushed, literally squished to death.
Oof.
So, what were they thinking? What did they expect to happen?
Desperation? I don't know. Also, I'm guessing, Shira, you would prefer to instead watch when it comes to Gundam, The Witch from Mercury. And get a hint that it might be that.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Just ignore what Bamco said about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh yes, these two women who are both wearing wedding rings. Their relationship is up for interpretation.
They're cousins, don't you know?
Oh,
Oh god.
Alright, treasure chest number 2, Dweebs.
No.
Just to let you know, it cannot be possible that every single treasure chest is a mimic, so you can actually have some faith. Shiroi.
I'm still saying no, look at that ominous red circle next to it.
Shiroi?
Yes.
Alright then, Dweebs, please try again.
Damn it. Alright, flipping. Fucking hell, tails again.
Here we go. And it's another mimic.
Sheroy, stop it! You're getting us killed!
I am the favorite for RNGs.
It's also the fact that, again, what also I love about this is that, you know, in the average monster manual, Mimic, you know, is just the treasure chest with a set of teeth, a big tongue and everything. You know, the stuff that you see, if you played Baldur's Gate 3 or you see one of the trailers, you know exactly what that kind of thing is. But here, no, we need to give them also these lanky bodies, like they're fucking Slender Man for some reason.
Okay, so the moral of the story is if you're coming across a suspicious treasure chest, do not have Shiroy in your party.
I have been told to tell you to pet the mimic.
Oh god, there was a I think a meme from there was a meme related to Sword Art Online, I think it was done in 2011 or something, but it was like a guy and Kirito was like, guys, I think this might be a trap, and the guy, the rook of the team leader, he goes, YOLO. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Alright, let me deal with the enemy panel. Again, fortunately, you may have seen that I did it also for the previous enemy, but there is a way to properly counter, you know, pesky mimics without having to get involved and still getting their treasures. And that is using the Lloyd's talismans. If you forgot, in the first game they were, and even in this, I forgot if it's still called Lloyd's Talisman, they were used to prevent someone from cure, but they also have these side effects that if thrown on a mimic, they will, for some reason, tranquilize them, like we induce a state of torpor in them. Like so.
Of course.
And I can safely pick the treasure inside it without having to, you know, getting... There you go. Alright! Third treasure chest, dweebs.
No!
There are no bloodstains around this time, so maybe this is safer.
I don't trust it at this point.
Third time's the charm. Open it.
Shiri? Okay then, Gloops, go ahead.
I swear, if it picks tails again.
Do you want me to be heads this time?
Yes, heads.
I can tell you that this trick did not work when Jaden Animation and Alphared did a Pokemon, you know, swap stream.
So, opening it or not?
No, we're not.
Okay,
Pick
cool.
heads.
Alright, I will use instead the Lloyd's Talisman to see if Dweebs was actually correct. Let me see.
Cool. You're the...
Yes,
Yeah,
Dweebs.
but there's probably treasure in that one.
No, this was yet another mimic. Well, yes, it has a treasure, two cracked red eye robes, so you got that right, but yes, it was still treasure. Also, if I recall correctly, there should be also a lever inside here at some point. Let me see where... Oh, there it is. There you go. If I pull it... all the cages in the mansion get destroyed automatically. Bring all of the monsters that are inside, like this gargoyle. I'm sure it's gonna be just fine.
Yay! Okay, big tip. Do not touch any levers and do not open any treasure chests. You will die.
It's a fun...
No fun allowed.
Yeah, it's a fun mansion, Dweebs. Again, you have to embrace the Scooby-Doo spirit.
The last few times it was... the last few times Fates listened to you, we died.
I mean, it's a good thing that, you know, we can respawn, I guess.
We call it fun.
And besides...
Gamers don't die.
And yeah, we just respawn. Although my favorite, you know, t-shirt line is, don't mess with me, I'm about to level up and you look just like enough XP. Alright, there are a bunch of, you know, horrible enemies, Jesus, that got released, like chimeras. I really don't know what Aldia was doing in his free time with this place. But each of them yield a reward if we can manage to defeat them. So let's try to cheese some of these a bit. After we're done with these, we can call it a day. Well, I'll get to the Soul of the Giant in the meantime, and we'll do what we have to do in the next part. There we go. Defeating this Chimera yields us another Twinkling Titanite. Again, still cool stuff that we can use. There are also a few mimics, but I don't want to trigger the ogres. Alright, fine. I hate these bastards. Like, they're so goofy, but throughout the entire game they can always be a pain in the ass. They literally have a move where they can try to sit on you.
Probably this guy's fetish.
In this game, the writers barely this guy's fetish. There we go, we defeated one. There's also that mushroom, which unfortunately is similar to the one in the swamp. The clerics love to spam that fucking move that you know, reduces my equipment, so I'll need to be careful around him. Let's see, I do have bombs, right? Yes, I do. Alright, let's see if we can...
I thought it was Ripto for a second. Because it looked like his cape with the shadow.
It's a bit taller to be Ripto, to be honest.
No, this is remember, this is his form into the dragonfly.
God. I try to pretend to forget he's designing that, where every character there moves, contorts their mouths in these graceful ways.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you just flat out try to just flat out make PS1 style character animations, but upscale it for PS2.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see if we can defeat this Mimic.
Maybe it would have been like that if the game actually had time.
There we go. And defeating instead this Mimic nets us a Black Witch's Staff. Which, if I recall correctly, yeah, it is a weapon, but it also is a side quest related item. Although I think we're not gonna be able to actually see it. Alright, I think this is a good time. I know that we technically didn't do too much in this part, but we still, I swear we did make progress. Fucking hell, the ogre fucking ambushed me from behind. I swear I don't want to get through the ugly bastard tag. Jesus. Alright, with this out of the way, tune in next time, where after I get the soul of a giant, in the meantime, we will actually see what those are used for, and if we manage to, do it in enough time, we might even start one of the DLCs. See you for that.
See ya.